Hello everyone. Today we will study the conservation of energy in an elastic spring. So, you know the concept of potential energy of a spring and kinetic energy of a spring and the total elastic potential energy of the spring concept. So, here we are going to discuss how the energy is conserved and how to draw a graph for total energy, potential energy and kinetic energy with respect to the displacement from mean position. So, for that, we'll again recall the diagram of the spring. This is the compressed position. This is the mean position. And this is the extended position of the spring. So this is x is equal to 0. This is x is equal to minus xm with respect to this position. And this is the extended position, the maximum extended position with respect to the mean position. M is the mass. Now, if we compress the spring like this, then it has a tendency to come back to the initial position, and then again due to inertia it will cross its mean position and go to the maximum extended position. So if we mark this point as O, this point as O, this point is A, and this point as B. So I'm showing here how the movement of the spring are taking place. So I'm marking these points O, A, and B. So what is happening? We are compressing the spring. It comes back and crosses this position, reaches the maximum extended position, then again tries to reach here. Then this process continues in case there is no loss of energy, right? That means if the surface is frictionless, we are considering. So if we look at this position, when this spring is doing this to and fro motion, so at the mean position, the displacement is 0. So how much will be the potential energy? We know the formula for elastic potential energy is half k x square. So if this extension is 0, so you can say that at A, at O, and at B. So at O, potential energy is 0. But at B, the potential at A and B, the potential energy will be maximum because this is maximum extended position. This is also maximum extended position. So if we talk about the magnitude of the potential energy, this will be half k x m square. Why? Because since x is equal to xm, in this case it is minus xm, right? And in this case, this potential energy will again be half k xm square. Since here x is equal to plus xm. At extreme, the velocity is 0, so I can say that at point A and point B, the kinetic energy will be 0 as V at A is equal to 0. So that's why it is returning back. Similarly, at B, the kinetic energy is 0 as velocity at B is 0, right? But the total energy is conserved, so I can say that the total energy at A is potential energy plus kinetic energy. So this gives me half k x m square. Similarly here, the total energy will be again potential energy plus kinetic energy. So half k x m square plus 0 is equal to half k x m square. And at mean position, we know it crosses the mean position, but here also the total energy will be constant. So I can say that the total energy is equal to kinetic energy is equal to half k x m square, because whatever potential energy was there, it is converting into kinetic, and here it is totally converted to kinetic. And again to next extreme, the kinetic starts converting to potential, and this process continues, right? So from here we have got these three cases at A, O and B, and at every point during the journey the total energy will remain constant as the spring force is conservative. So we have taken these 3 points. Now here we will take another point somewhere during the journey as C, right? So at C, now again look at this, that when it is moving from, let me rub this diagram, this is not required now. So you can just look at this, when it is moving from O to B, the potential energy is increasing, the kinetic energy is decreasing. Therefore, at point B, potential energy maximum and kinetic energy is 0. This is extreme point, right? Similarly, when it is returning, the potential energy is now converting to kinetic energy. So when it is returning, this was this progress, and when it is returning from B to O, what is happening? Potential energy is decreasing, kinetic energy is increasing. So at point O, if I am talking, at point O, potential energy is equal to 0, kinetic energy is equal to maximum, right? Now again I am talking about the extreme left. So this is extreme. Now here again potential energy, maximum, kinetic energy 0. Why? Because when it is moving here, the potential energy is increasing and kinetic energy is decreasing. But when it is moving back, the potential energy is decreasing, kinetic energy is increasing. So what if I consider any point in between these? We know that when it is going this way, so the kinetic energy is converting to potential energy. That's why the potential energy is increasing. When it is returning, so at this point the potential energy is converting to kinetic energy. So at point C, both potential energy and kinetic energy are there. So C means I'm talking some point in between this point. This is point C. in between the mean point and the extreme, right? So that's the case. So now I am taking the point C. So at C, what will be the total energy? Total energy is constant at A, B, C, O, right? So therefore, total energy at C is equal to potential energy at C plus kinetic energy at C. So total energy at C will always be half K xm square. This is the total energy as we have just seen from here. This is equal to potential energy at C will be half K x square. If x is the displacement of C from mean position. Now kinetic energy will be half m v at C square, and if vc is the kinetic velocity at C. So how will we find the velocity at any point? So we will find this velocity. First we'll cancel this. So m, divide the equation by m. So this will give me, let's solve it, k upon m xm square is equal to k upon m x square plus vc square. So from here, velocity at any point, arbitrary point C square is equal to k upon m xm square minus x square. So this gives me velocity is equal to under root of k upon m xm square minus x square. So at mean position, what will be the velocity for point O? X is equal to 0. So velocity at point O, therefore velocity at point O will be under root of k by m xm square. This can be written as xm under root of k upon m. This is also called as maximum velocity. So where is the maximum velocity? The maximum velocity is when the spring is passing over its mean position. I hope you understood this. Now we can draw the graph, right? So after this, I have explained this way, right? So let's draw the graph now. So this is the formula for velocity at any point. This is the formula for velocity at any point. Let's draw the graph now. So we'll plot the graph for kinetic energy, potential energy, and total energy. Now this graph is slightly peculiar in the sense that the mean position is drawn at the center of the graph, as we have maximum extension towards right side, that is x, m, and the maximum extension towards left side, that is minus xm, and the total energy, kinetic energy and potential energy I am plotting on the same graph. Now, since we know that the potential energy is equal to half k x m square at the extreme, so extreme means the position of maximum displacement. So at maximum displacement, the potential energy is maximum and the power variation is square. So potential energy is proportional to xm square. So this graph will be like this. This will be a curve because this is proportional to the square power of extension. So this is potential energy curve because at mean position the potential energy is 0. Now we talk about the kinetic energy. Kinetic energy is maximum at mean position and 0 at the extremes. So this is the graph, and for total energy we know that the total energy is constant at every point. So that will give you, this will give you the graph for the total energy. So this is your total energy which is constant. So this is parallel to the displacement axis. This graph, black graph, is showing the kinetic energy. Since the kinetic energy is maximum at the mean position, and this is showing the displacement, right? So this is about the conservation of energy in an elastic spring. Hope you have understood how to find the velocity at any point which is in between the journey from extreme to the mean position, and how to draw this graph, right? So that's all for now. Have a nice day.